In a significant development, the Supreme Court of India today said that the batch of petitions before it seeking legal recognition of same-sex marriages will be heard by a constitution bench of the Supreme Court by observing that it is a matter of seminal importance. A bench comprising CJI D.Y. Chandrachud, Justice P.S. Narasimha and Justice J.B. Pardiwala observed in its order today, and I quote, "We are of the view that it would be appropriate if the issues raised are resolved by the bench of 5 judges of this court with due regard to Article 145, Subclause 3 of the Constitution. Thus, we direct it to be placed before a Constitution bench." For context, Article 145, Subclause 3 provides that the minimum number of judges who are to sit for the purpose of deciding a case involving a substantial question of law as to the interpretation of this Constitution shall be 5. The Supreme Court has posted the hearing for this matter on April 18th, when it will come up before the concerned Constitution bench. The top court was hearing a batch of petitions seeking recognition of same-sex marriages under law. The petitioners have contended before the Supreme Court that the right to marry a person of one's choice should extend to the LGBTQIA+ community as well. The central government has, however, opposed the petitions filed before the Supreme Court. So what were the arguments that were advanced today? During the hearing today before the Supreme Court, Senior Advocate Neeraj Kishan Kaul, appearing for the petitioners, while providing an overview of the arguments, stated that either the Special Marriage Act could be harmoniously construed to recognize same-sex marriage, or the bench could rely on the judgment in Navteej Singh Johar versus Union of India, which decriminalized homosexuality, to recognize same-sex marriage in India. He pointed out that the Special Marriage Act uses gender-neutral terms, as its Section 5 says, a marriage between any 2 persons may be solemnized under this Act. On the other hand, Solicitor General of India Tushar Mehta, appearing for the Union today, argued that the Union had shown specific sections which applied only to biological men and women. In its counter affidavit, the central government has opposed the legal recognition of same-sex marriages, while stating that the notion of marriage itself necessarily presupposes a union between 2 persons of the opposite sex. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, also appearing for the petitioners today, provided a roadmap of his arguments and said, and I quote here, "One is philosophical proposition, right to love makes us human. It should be extended in equal terms. You can extend it only on equal terms only if your lordship reads down the Special Marriage Act and other acts. It has to be read in such a way that terms such as man, woman are done away with." Solicitor General Tushar Mehta also stated that so far as the right to love or express affection and the freedom of choice was concerned, the same has already been dealt with by the Supreme Court in the Navteej Singh Johar judgment. He also argued that the judgment in Navteej Singh Johar specifically stated that the right of marriage has not been conferred upon same-sex couples. He argued that after the decriminalization of Section 377 of the IPC, there is no more stigma against the LGBTQ community. He said that the recognition of same-sex marriage will give rise to other rights such as adoption, and hence it is for the Parliament to decide after taking the views of the different sections of the society. He remarked during the hearing today, and I quote, "Parliament will have to see psychology of a child who has not been reared by a father and a mother. These are the issues. The Parliament will have to debate and take a call on whether, in view of our ethos, this can be done." The Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, however, interrupted him at this point and said, and I quote here, "Mr. S.G., the adopted child of a lesbian or a gay couple need not necessarily be a lesbian or gay." Since the matter has now been referred to a Constitution bench, on the next date of hearing, the proceedings will be live streamed for everyone to watch. For more information on what transpired during the hearing today, you can refer to our detailed report, the link to which has been given in the description box below. Thank you. I'm Aratrika Bhaumik for LiveLaw. Keep watching LiveLaw for more such updates.